What if I told you there was an absolutely free promo card that Pokemon gave out not that long ago that you could have recently sold for as much as $1,600? That's the truth, and I'm going to show you guys it. And there's a lot of other promos that are similar to this that are popping off right now. Just worth taking note in case you guys have these promo cards. You're going to want to know about this. So let's just jump into it. Now, this is the Team Rocket's Tyranitar. That was a free promo card recently from the Pokemon Center. You can see right here, Pokemon Center stamped. That's what makes this limited. And you're going to say, oh, well, where are you getting $1,600 from? This doesn't look like $1,600. No, this does not look like $1,600 right now. But I'm going to show you guys that in a second. Right now, though, these are around between like $90 to $100, around $93. If you can believe that, up 306% in the past month. And like I said, this was a free card that you would go on the Pokemon Center and buy something. I think you had to buy a $25 value. So technically, if you want to say, okay, maybe it was a $25 card, but if you're buying something else that you already were going to pick up, it was free, right? And they put it in the package and included it. So currently this is around $100 right now. So it's shot up pretty big. We covered this a while ago when it went up to $35, and now we're seeing it around $100. So just this little stamp, and people do go crazy for the Pokemon Center stamp. So currently around $100 in a near mint copy on TCG Player. That's the reality. Now, the $1,600 comes into play with the first PSA 10. Now, this does look a little different than the photo because this photo doesn't show the holofoil. But yeah, this is the holofoil pattern, and this was the first PSA 10 that we ended up seeing. This ended yesterday, actually, and it sold for $1,674. So a very expensive card. First one that I've seen on eBay. Now, a few things to keep in mind is that, you know, when you grade with PSA, it takes a while to get the cards back. So this person, whoever sold this, most likely paid for an expedited process to get it back faster. Being first to market is important when it comes to like a card like this, for example, right? You want to have the first one, and usually you get the highest price. So that does play a factor. So if you want to send in, you know, your card that you have, maybe you forgot that you had it. Like, I honestly forgot that I had one of these that I had ordered. But if you take a look at it and you think it's a PSA 10, you know, it may be months before you get your PSA order back, and things may be a little different. Probably not going to be at $1,600. So keep that in mind. However, that can change depending on maybe the print quality of these promo cards. Maybe they're extremely difficult, hard to grade. So that can play a factor as well. But I just wanted to let you guys know, it's more of just like an informative thing of like, hey, this card's popping off right now. Maybe if you want to sell it, I'm not saying, you know, to sell it or not, right? But, you know, if you don't care about the promo and it's around $100, just letting you guys know. It's more just to inform you. You guys make your own decision on whether to sell it or not. And I'm not telling you to grade it or not either. I'm just saying that, you know, somebody did grade a copy and sell it for $1,600. So, which is wild for a free promo card. So just wanted to throw that out there, that these stamp cards are still doing really well, from Destined Rivals. And it's not just this Tyranitar. We're seeing other cards start to pop up again. And like I said, these are ones we covered not that long ago, but they're continuing to climb in value. Now, these ones are a little bit different. This is the Ethan's Typhlosion from Destined Rivals. You can see it's got the Destined Rivals stamp, but this is also a staff card. So you can see the staff stamp down here. So that does make it a little more rare and a little bit more valuable. But this one continuing to shoot up. Even more, up 117% just in the past month, up to around $120. And you can see lowest listeds are actually much higher than that, around 150, and then it looks like they go up and up and up. So we'll see how high these end up going. There's only 5 copies listed, so this is a low supply card right now, and, you know, pretty consistent last solds. You do see, looks like yesterday one sold as high as $300. So I don't know if that seems a little bit like an anomaly. So keep that in mind as well. But, you know, back here, they came out the gate at 85, dipped as low as 57. And that's actually when the most sales were. And now we're seeing them, you know, well above the $100 mark for the Ethan's Typhlosion staff. So similar with that, you know, low supply of these cards is driving the price up. We're also seeing that with Misty's Gyarados. Same exact setup right here. You got the Destined RIvals stamp and the staff stamp. This is one that we talked about not that long ago, but it's seeing another leg up. It was a few weeks ago, but 97% just in the past month. And if you zoom out, you can see it came out the gate at 92, dipped as low as 62, and now most recent sale $191. That matches the lowest listeds. You can see the lowest listeds aren't showing like this is probably going to rise too much more, but still, $200 promo of just a regular looking card. I mean, I get it, you know, it has the Cosmo holofoil, it has the stamp and the other stamp. Now, this is something that I don't really get. Like, I'm not getting these for my collection. Like I have to have them. The stamps don't always do a whole lot for me personally on the collecting side, right? But there definitely obviously is money to be made. People are buying them. So, you know, whether you want them for your collection or you want to flip them or whatever the case may be, you know, there is a demand for it. But for me, you know, especially when it comes to these prices, like $200, I could think of a lot of other cards I would rather have at the $200 price point than this, even though I am a Gyarados fan. But just the staff stamp, it's just not enough for me to really draw me in. And then you have multiple versions of the same card, like we talked about in the last video a few weeks ago, the Team Rocket's Tyranitar. This is the staff one. Now this one, the chart hasn't updated yet, but this one's moving big as well. Destined RIvals stamp, staff stamp down here, Cosmo holofoil. This one shows down 25%, but you can see the market right here at 90, most recent sale at 170, and that reflects the lowest listeds, currently 170 and up, and then into the $200 range. So you can see that this one did come out the gate hot, as high as 142. So now we're seeing, you know, with pretty much all these cards, all-time highs. So the Team Rocket's Tyranitar being much higher than when it came out at 142. So we just need a few more sales, maybe a day or two more for this chart to update as far as pricing goes on TCG Player. So it makes this card look like it's been down, but it is currently up as well. Another card, Team Rocket's Mimikyu, doing a similar thing, but not as extreme, right? Destined RIvals stamp, staff stamp. 6 copies currently available on TCG Player. Another extremely low supply card, and currently lowest listeds are around $100, which, you know, back here, let's zoom out a little bit so you get the full picture here. This was as high as they were before when they first came out, $100. They dipped as low as 40, and now we're seeing them back up to 100. And you can see people are betting that they're going to continue to go up after this. You got $200 sales, and then they would be at $150, and then $200. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on the Mimikyu if that one moves up to all-time high prices. But we're kind of pretty much right there, kind of tied with the previous all-time high. But if they continue to move past that, so yeah, people go crazy for the stamps. Just to make you guys aware. That's all it is. I'm not picking up these cards right now, like I said, but I did get the free Tyranitar, you know, back when that was available. Wishing I would have gotten more, but I did pick up, you know, the free Tyranitar. So would have been smart to get a lot more, but it is what it is. And you know, at least I have one. You know, I'm gonna take another look at it and see if it looks gradable. So that's my current play. I'm going to see if it looks gradable from my perspective, and then maybe I will grade it and just kind of see where that ends up going. And then some of the greatest promo cards we've ever gotten, getting some attention right now, the Greninja EX number 132. Now this is from Shrouded Fable. Arguably, some people would say the worst Scarlet and Violet set. Does have some good artworks, but it really got some of the greatest promos of the SV era, hands down. This Greninja card is so cool, and we're seeing this card pop off pretty big recently, up 44% in the past 3 months. and 62% in the past month alone. You can see a huge uptick in sales right here, June 27th. And this card is just moving up massively. Let's zoom out a little bit more to see where we're at here. So yeah, we are at an all-time high on the Greninja. Lowest listeds right now are right at that market price of 47 bucks. So it'll be interesting to see where this one ends up. Absolutely stunning promo. I do love this card a lot. PSA 10 pricing, you can see there was some recent sales. I don't know who listed these through the PSA vault really low. Somebody got an absolute steal. Picked these up at 110 bucks a pop. They've been selling for well over 200. So 286, 255, 265 in a PSA 10. So that's what they've been going for. Here's the raw near mint price as well. So definitely another potential card worth grading, just to throw that out there if you have any copies of this. And it pairs well with the Kindra. Now this scan of this card, doesn't look nearly as good or as shiny, but trust me, this card looks amazing in person as well. Now this is kind of always going to be like, even though I do think that art style, this is very unique, the Greninja is always going to be kind of like the top dog when it comes to these two cards. They'll always be connected. And I think where the Greninja goes, the Kindra will go as well. To a certain extent, it'll just be more affordable. But this one up 25% in the past 3 months and 22% in the past month. If we zoom out right here, you can see previous high at 28. We're at 30. So all-time high for the Kindra. Another really nice looking promo card. Like I said, from Shrouded Fable, two of the best promo cards we've gotten in the Scarlet and Violet era. I think you can easily say that. Another one just to keep an eye on. Looks like lowest listeds, you got a few in the 30s, and then around $35 is where it looks like it's headed. So might be bumping up a little bit more in value. PSA 10 sales on this have been a little bit less than the Greninja. High 170s you can see down here, and around $200 up here. So a little bit more affordable than the Greninja. But something else worth noting too is selling them as a pair. And we've talked about this a long time ago, but just to remind you, there are people who will pay a surplus for sequentially graded PSA cards. Now, if you're not familiar with what I'm saying about sequentially graded, I'm talking about the cert number, the number that they give at the top of the card. If you submit them to PSA like one after the other, they will get graded, and then one will be like whatever the number is, blah, 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 1, and then blah, 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 2, or whatever, right? And people will pay a surplus for sequentially graded cards, so just keep that in mind as well. If you have some of these promos that you're holding on to, just a reminder, as a, maybe if you got some extra promos and you don't care about graded, you want to make some money, whatever the case may be, just reminding you that is a thing. So keep that in mind. People do make some good extra money on sequentially graded, and right here, you can see this is a sequential pair for just around $500 with shipping and everything. So sequentially graded cards there. And then lastly, to end it off, you have the boxes, right? The boxes that these come in. Like I said, they're not going to see probably too much demand just based off of the packs that are inside, because it is Shrouded Fable. But it's a really, really nice promo. The Greninja really is. And, right now, in the 3 months, it's about flat. And in the past month, it's up just a little bit. You can see current market price at 75. Most recent sales at 80. So we'll probably see an uptick just because of the cards been going up. So we'll probably see the boxes continue to rise, I think would probably be a safe bet. So, this may be... back here we did see as high as 80, so we're just under the all-time high when it comes to the box. Back in August, these were 28, 30 bucks. Definitely would have been a better time to pick them up. But if you're wanting to pick up some sealed boxes for your collection, the Kindra's at an all-time high, so it's hard to say like, oh, pick them up now, because they're at an all-time high. But just keep in mind, that the promo cards are getting more attention right now. Supply will continue to go down. I mean, you can see actually something interesting right here. There's only 26 of these boxes currently on TCG Player for the Greninja, and only 22 for the Kindra. So, once some of these sell, the price of the boxes will go up. Let's go on to page 2 just out of curiosity for the Kindra, and then you got some people listing as high in the hundreds. So, that's definitely a possibility for these moving forward. It's kind of just a matter of time, if I'm being honest. So I'm not trying to say for you guys to FOMO into this, but the older these boxes get, the higher the price is going to get, essentially. So, and it looks kind of already like low supply as far as the boxes go. So today's video was promos. Stamped promos do really well, and non-stamped promos do really well. The Greninja and Kindra, both very stunning cards. And that Greninja card is top tier. I really, really love that. Wish they would have if they would have included those cards in the set, Shrouded Fable would be looked at a lot differently. They could have just added a few more cards to Shrouded Fable. Honestly, just a handful. Honestly, just 1 or 2. But I mean, if they could have done like 5 more, that could have really, really changed the perspective of that set. But anyways, it is what it is. There's still some nice artworks, illustration rares in Shrouded Fable, regardless. But that's all I have for you guys in this one. Let me know if anything was a surprise. Did the Team Rocket Pokemon Center Tyranitar really catch you off guard with kind of where that's at, coming from a free promo? Or was it the fact that the Greninja's shooting up right now? Maybe it's Misty's Gyarados pre-release, stuff like that. Let me know if anything was interesting to you guys. But yeah, that's what I stumbled across today, was promo time, just to make you guys aware of kind of what's going on. So that's all I have for you guys in this one. I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, it was never a phase.